Hello, my name is Chelsea Pons, and I will talk about a shooting incident regarding the victim, Sean Bell. 23-year-old unarmed African-American man named Sean Bell was shot and killed on the night before his wedding day just outside the club where he had his bachelor party on November 25, 2006. Exiting the club, Sean was attempting to defuse a situation between him and another person, and by defusing the situation, he walked away and drove a truck up the block while his friends walked to their cars, not knowing that an undercover policeman is following them. After walking a distance, they noticed the cop following them with his gun drawn, and at that time, they all got in their cars and tried to drive away, but the police started shooting. 50 of those shots hit Sean's two friends and Sean himself. These shots injured his friends, who are still alive today, but sadly ended up killing Sean.
Bell was celebrating his bachelor party at a Queens club when police say they thought he had a gun. Undercover detectives said when they approached him, Bell tried to ram them with his car. 50 shots were fired, killing Bell and injuring 2 of his friends. No gun was found. There was a state trial for 3 of the 5 detectives involved. A judge found them not guilty. While Bell's death was nearly 15 years ago, his parents say Floyd's death reopened old wounds.
I relive my son's death when I see that.
It just hurts. I just feel so disgusted sometimes. It's like, when will it ever stop?
The 8th constitutional amendment was violated by the police officers. The 8th amendment as is follows: excessive bail should not be required, nor excessive fine imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. That last part of the amendment was violated. Why? Because the men did not have any guns or items at the time. Officers jumped to conclusion without giving a
50 shots on a New York City street. Like, that's execution style murder. I seen it. I was dead.
The Justice Department says it conducted a comprehensive investigation into the shooting, but finally determined that there wasn't enough evidence to pursue a civil rights case. It's a move that Bell's fiancé says is wrong.
This is not the first time we were let down. It's just happening all over again.
Civil liberties of Sean and these unarmed men were terribly violated by the police officers. This is because the civil liberties are a privileged freedom granted by the society government. The freedom of speech, privacy, and speech was violated. The men were innocently gathered doing no harm. This part of their civil liberties they did not receive their parts at all since the cop was following them. And lastly, the freedom of speech was violated because none of the men had their chance to speak for the Civil War being shot at. There were 5 officers who fired those 50 shots, but only 3 of them went on trial. Those 3 officers were indicted and charged with more than 5 different counts ranging from manslaughter to reckless endangerment. But sometime later, those 3 men were free from their charges and their verdict came not guilty. There were many things that contributed to the remembrance of Sean Bell. There were artists that did tributes in their songs, artists like Cassidy, Swish Beats, David Banner, and Nicki Minaj, and much more.
I'm looking at the crowd with no warning and I'm staring at a gun. I tried to drive away, but a van blocked off, and all of a sudden everything got dark. 50 bullets from the pigs, never get to see my kids, never get to see my friends, never get to breathe again, never get to live my life, never get to hold my wife. I'm away about the club, they murdered in cold blood.
Jay-Z also set up a trust fund for his children. Later after time, there were things that brought action to his son. For one, the city council in Queens, New York, approved of renaming a street in honor of Sean Bell. Another type of recommendation that son received is a movie named 50 Shots that will soon be released.
You know him, of course, formerly from The Chi and from Straight Outta Compton. He's got a new role coming, and it's a big one. He's going to be portraying Sean Bell in a biopic. He's portraying the life of Sean Bell, yes.
Nothing was changed except for the fact that Sean's family got paid $3.25 million for the incident. 2 of the officers, Isnor and Oliver, were released on bail, but ultimately faced up to 25 years in prison for the charges. I do not think there will be any change in society, especially with the police officers and how they are treating citizens, African American male citizens at that. To this day, they are still protesting for Black lives. It has been about 15 years, and I have yet to see change in our community. Yes, it has may slightly gotten better, but has not changed drastically. So I think people should mind their business for this not to happen again. During this project, I felt disgusted by the fact that officers did not hesitate to shoot without warning. The police took an innocent man away from his mother, father, friends, with soon-to-be wife and his children. I'm sure that his children grew up in a different situation because they did not have their father to guide them through their lives. In conclusion, I feel like there are way too many people who have had their lives taken away due to police brutality, and the sad part about it, it will never be over. Sean's death took a toll on the whole city. Many people gathered to protest and let the world know how Sean was wrongfully killed by those officers that night before his wedding day. There were signs being held that said 50 days to strike for 50 bullets fired. But as the crowd of protesters made their way to the streets, it stopped flow of traffic in many popular areas of the city. This led to police getting involved, and they arrested over 200 people, with a handful of being Sean's parents, ex-fiancé, and friends. The protesters were overall peaceful and fully committed to getting justice for Sean Bell.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Today, angry demonstrators blocked traffic in Harlem to protest their feelings in the Sean Bell verdict.
We say fight back! Sean Bell! Sean Bell! Sean Bell! Sean Bell! We fired up! We ain't taking no more!
That was the first of what they said will be many demonstrations to call attention to the controversy.
We are tired, fed up!
This could have been any one of us, not just Sean Bell. So if I don't protest it, I'm saying that it's okay. I'm not for it. I'm not for it. And that's why I got my kids out here, so they make a stand as well.
To get gunned down the way he got gunned down. It's a fight for all of us in the community. It's a fight for all of us.
We can't wait until it touches home when our family members for us to do something. We have to do something now. Now is the time.